I don't know why this was in my library, but I found it somewhere. I didn't buy it when I was there, I don't think. It came after that. But anyway, it's really great. And I thought, okay, I just started browsing through it because I know Diane wanted me to do something and I didn't know what to do. I'm an organist, so I don't play the piano, so I don't know anything. So anyway, I just opened the book and up came men, comments about men. And I thought, gosh, I've been, being a man, I feel like a small part of my life has been women insulting men and crude things about men. So I thought, being a man, I would just insult men myself. So here's what they say about men. Every man, and I thought too that maybe it would be a little different, that maybe Scottish would have a different opinion of men than Americans, but it's the same, Every man who is high up loves to think he has done it himself, and the wife smiles and lets it go at that. That was Sir J.M. Barrie. What is man? A foolish baby, vainly strives and fights and frets, demanding all, deserving nothing. One small grave is all he gets. Thomas Carlyle. Men, even the good ones, are kittle cattle. God didn't give them much sense, and it's the woman's job to make the best of them. That's O. Douglas. There's some that are really inappropriate I'm skipping. This is a really inappropriate book, by the way, since we're in the basement of a church. But this one's fun. My mother asked a somewhat rhetorical question. How do you keep men happy? You have to feed them at both ends, replied my grandmother. That was Muriel Spark. You can read this, you can take it home, I don't know if you want it or not. So, Scottish Curses and Insults by David Ross.
Oliver Cromwell's buried and dead. He high, buried and dead. They planted an apple tree over his head. He high, over his head. The apples were ripe and ready to fall. He high, ready to fall. There came an old woman to gather them all. He high, gather them all. Oliver rose and gave her a drop. He high, gave her a drop, which made the old lady go hippity hop. He high, hippity hop. The saddle and bridle they'd lie on the shelf. He high, hippity hop. You do the he highs.
We'll do the he highs.
This is actually a song by Benjamin Britten. Oliver Cromwell's buried and dead. He high, buried and dead. They planted an apple tree over his head. He high, over his head. The apples were ripe and ready to fall. He high, ready to fall. There came an old woman to gather them all. He high, gathered them all. Oliver rose and gave her a drop. He high, gave her a drop, which made the old lady go hippity hop. He high, hippity hop. The saddle and bridle they lie on the shelf. He high, lie on the shelf.
Oh, my love is like a red, red rose that's newly sprung in June. Oh, my love is like the melody that's sweetly played in tune. As fair art thou, my bonny lass, so deep in love am I, and I will love thee still, my dear, till all the seas gang dry. Till all the seas gang dry, my dear, and the sands and the rocks melt with the sun. And I will love thee still, my dear, while the sands of life shall run. And fare thee weel, my lovely lass, and fare thee weel a while, and I will love thee still, my lass, though it were 10,000 miles. This poem by Robert Burns, he wrote after seeing a slave ship in Dundee, and he was shocked by the conditions aboard the ship and the fact that the slaves on the ship were chained to the sides of the ship. And he thought, I wonder what these people are thinking. You know, they're going, where are they going to, and what must they be thinking? So he wrote a poem called The Slave's Lament. So I have to read this because I don't know it. Diane, I know you can sing this song because I think you sang it with me at some point or another. Okay. It was in sweet Senegal. Say again?
Go to the mic.
Oh,
Go up.
I have to go up.
That's impressive.
Thank you. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Can anybody else do this?
No.
The Slave's Lament. It was in sweet Senegal that my foes did me enthrall, for the lands of Virginia, Ginny I owe. Torn from that lovely shore, and must never see it more, and alas, I am weary, weary o. All on that charming coast is no bitter snow and frost, like the lands of Virginia, Ginny I owe. Their streams forever flow, and their flowers ever blow, and alas, I am weary, weary o. The burden I must bear, while the cruel scourge I fear, the bird in the lands of Virginia, Ginny I owe. And I think on friends most dear, with the bitter, bitter tear. And alas, I am weary, weary o. Slave's Lament.
I'm going to play Rosin the Bow, and as someone said earlier, I hope I remember it. I don't get too many opportunities to play these days.
Now, the older I get, the more I love these melodies because they're so strong, and that's why also on my album I've teamed up with a guy from Ireland, William Piper, and he introduced me to some singers from Connemara in Ireland. Unbelievable how close they're. You all know what Sean Nose is. Have you ever heard of that expression? Sean Nose. No. It's Gaelic for old style singing. And Sean Nose is the style that we were able to take into the church that became Gaelic psalm singing. So that style of ornamentation is also very much part of a Sean Nose secular Gaelic singing. So they were songs that I remember starting off all these years ago. Myself and the late, great Rory Buchanan, who was the accordionist I started playing with way back in 1975, 74, 75. We used to get paid £3 between the two of us in a hotel that was hundreds of people in there. So I'm going to really be, doing it in case I never get a chance again. Let me do an album called Mhuras, My Journey, 45 years, some new pipe tunes that I've composed right up to the present day, where I've composed a song that I'm going to get a guy in Nashville to sing in English, and I'm doing it in Gaelic. It's called That's All Right With Me, and it basically just talks about the situations that we can get ourselves in life, but at the end of the day, if you have Christ, it doesn't really matter. So that's what the song is all about. So I think I'm going to have fun. So I don't want to hog the night. Diane, get someone else up here before I take over.
Who's ready? Okay, Peter?
Another thing, I'm not really a guitarist, I'm a trumpet player, so bear with me. Farewell to Tarwathie, to Mormon Hill, and the dear land of Crim. Bid thee farewell, I'm bound out for Greenland, ready to sail, hopes to find riches on the way. Adieu to my comrades, for a while we must pair, and likewise the dear lass, the fair one my head. The cold ice of Greenland my love will not chill, and the longer my absence, the loving she'll feel. Our ship is wheel rigged, and she's ready to sail. Our crew, they are anxious to follow the way, where the icebergs do float and the stormy winds blow, where the land and the ocean are covered with snow. The cold coast of Greenland is barren and bare, no seed time nor harvest is ever known there, and the birds here sing sweetly on mountain and dale, but there is no birdie to sing tale away. There is no habitation for a man to live there, and the king of that country is the fierce Greenland bear. And there'll be no temptation to tarry long there. We are ship bumper full, we will homeward repair. Farewell to Tarwathie, to Mormon Hill, and the dear land of Crimond, I bid thee farewell.
Many years ago when I was a student, and they happened to be at the Free Church College Bookshop, which was next door to New College in Edinburgh, and they had some old books, and one of them was by a lady. I can't remember if she was a clerk and married a McPherson or vice versa. I think the spiritual song she wrote in the late 1700s, early 1800s, and the book is entitled, I believe, Mrs. McPherson, the Dancing Sinner Who Became a Saint. But she really, even though she quit dancing, she really had rhythm, and so she had a considerable knowledge of the Bible, particularly the Old Testament, and she would take these Old Testament images and then show how they applied to Christ. So I've enjoyed those, I don't know if she calls them spiritual songs or hymns or spiritual poetry of, I think it's Mrs. McPherson. I don't remember exactly where she was from, Rossshire, I reckon, in a remote rural area. And one of them I particularly like is Ceilidh on the rose o' Sharon. He is the rose of Sharon. So I translated it with certain liberties to make it fit into English. Lily of the valley, Sharon's sweet rose, Lion of Judah, you conquer our foes. Strong rod of Jesse, in desert you bloom. Light in the darkness speeds through your tomb. By love you bought us, rising again. Eden of comfort sprang from your pain. Lord, you have raised us, break through us to shine, triumphant glory from your face divine. That's it.
Rituals in Lewis. So, although we were very much a psalm singing church that I was brought up in, after there was a definite distinct difference made between being in church and what they did out with church. And what a lot of people did in our church, there was loads of people who would do the spirituals, would sing the spiritual hymns. There was loads of famous people. Peter Grant, Baptist from the mainland, he wrote great spirituals way back in the 1700s. Now this particular song, Neanat Dwarfa, I think it was written by someone from Lewis, probably about 100 years ago. Let's see if I can remember the word. So that's an example.
I've got a song you can join in with. Some of you may know it. It's called "'Twas Friday Morn." And I just learned that it's child ballad number 289. I didn't know that before. So I'll tell you when the chorus comes. You'll figure it out. And there's 4 verses, so you can sing the chorus each time. 'Twas Friday morn when we set sail, and the captain and the I'm sorry, I got the words written down wrong.
We're not so far from the land.
'Twas Friday morn when we set sail, and we were not far from the land, when the captain spied a fair mermaid with a comb and a glass in her hand. Oh, the ocean waves may roll, and the stormy winds may blow, but we poor sailors go skipping through the tops, while the landlubbers lie down below, while the landlubbers lie down below. Then up spoke the captain of our gallant ship, and a jolly old captain was he. I've got me a wife in Ceilidh town that nevermore will I see. Oh, the ocean waves may roll, and the stormy winds may blow, but we poor sailors go skipping through the tops, while the landlubbers lie down below, while the landlubbers lie down below. Then up spoke the cook of our gallant ship, and a red-hot cook was he. I care much more for my kettles and my pots than I do for the bottom of the sea. Oh, the ocean waves may roll, and the stormy winds may blow, but we poor sailors go skipping through the tops, while the landlubbers lie down below, while the landlubbers lie down below. Then up spoke the cabin boy of our gallant ship, and a dirty little rat was he. There's nary a soul in Ceilidh town that gives a damn about me. Oh, the ocean waves may roll, and the stormy winds may blow, but we poor sailors go skipping through the tops, while the landlubbers lie down below, while the landlubbers lie down below. And 3 times around went our gallant ship, and 3 times around went she. Oh, 3 times around went our gallant ship, and she sank to the bottom of the sea. Oh, the ocean waves may roll, and the stormy winds may blow, but we poor sailors go skipping through the tops, while the landlubbers lie down below, while the landlubbers lie down below. And I have another short one, and then I'll sit down. This is one that was collected. It's a famous Christmas song, mostly, but no reason why. Collected by John Jacob Niles. I wonder as I wander out under the sky, how Jesus the Savior did come for to die. For poor ordinary people like me, you and like I wonder as I wander out under the sky. When Mary birthed Jesus, 'twas in a cow stall, with wise men and farmers and shepherds and all. But high from God's heaven a star's light did fall, and the promise of ages it did then recall. If Jesus had wanted for any wee thing, a star in the sky or a bird on the wing, or all of God's angels in heaven for to sing, he surely could have it, 'cause he was the king.
Well, I think I'll lilt the horseback.